Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers and to everybody that's missing their mother today. I know I am. Aren't they gorgeous?
Yeah.
There you go.
Really
They're just
nice.
for you. Just for you.
Yeah. So.
Off to the dogs.
Oh, and by the way, we've got a very different intro to the dogs this week. Emma's dog Duke is a keen viewer. It's the NADIA Sawalha of the telly. Just start again.
Oh, you actually started? Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
What are we doing? I was just fluffing my hair because it looked so rough. Rubby. Rub.
Babe, you're saying really odd things. You look completely different.
Because I just fluffed my hair.
What have you done to your hair?
I just went like that.
That's really weird. Okay, so it's the first dish. What are we making?
We are making a curry.
I heard the gap.
Well, because I made it on Wednesday. We filmed it on Wednesday. It was so good. It was so damn good. It was really, really good. And frying your own poppadoms, guys.
It's very exciting. We're back.
We are. I'm making a nice curry.
Mother's Day special.
Oh, it's a Mother's Day special. I should have done a special Mother's Day dish. Never mind, I always miss the boat, don't I? Maybe I'll do one on the main channel. So I thought it'd be nice to do a curry. I haven't done a curry for ages, and I'm doing a curry, chicken curry, with fresh tomatoes and cream and lots of garlic. What we should have done at this point is I should be showing you how to marinate your chicken. But I've got the chicken out of the fridge, and because my fridge is so annoying, it's frozen. So I'm now trying to defrost it in the microwave. So this isn't the first thing I would do, really, the garlic.
I know something you're going to say in the making of this dish.
What?
Always fry your spices.
Always fry your spice. Oh, so
Am I right?
annoying when this happens.
Am I right or am I right?
Yes, always fry your spices. Always.
Your hair's
So-
looking very curly, Nat.
I know, it's my curly girl method. The Moroccans, of course, never fry their spices. As you can see, I'm putting lots of garlic in because lots of garlic in a curry is a must. But, of course, if you don't want to use lots of garlic, you don't have to.
You wouldn't see this on telly.
No.
Oh. I'm blocking out all of the washing with the flowers.
Fabulous. I was very tempted to use frozen onions today, but I knew it would upset you.
How are you feeling this Mother's Day? Do you feel like a mother?
It's a bit weird not being able to see my mum on Mother's Day.
Yeah. That's an onion, guys. Come with me, just quickly, to see.
Right there, Gigi. Right, come on. Ooh.
Beautiful day out there.
Beautiful day, it's a beautiful day. Okay, so we're going to chop our onions. Just roughly chopped is fine. Doesn't have to be fancy. Which is jolly good because I can't chop onions in a fancy manner.
Everyone seemed to think that you'd stressed me out. That's why my cookery went wrong this Tuesday.
When?
On the get ready, set, cook mark.
What went wrong?
You stressed me out apparently.
Did I?
That's what they're all saying. You got me stressed about my bacon.
Well, I did say to you, sure you want to cook it a bit more? Because you are such a perfectionist and it really makes me laugh. It's really good for you to be out of control of something.
Where are you out of control of things?
Because everything I'm out of control.
You don't make out like you're out of control.
Oh, I am. Oh dear, now I've cooked them a little bit. Never mind. Forget, guys, always use a different chopping board to chop your meat. Oh, look, it got a bit cooked. Don't notice that, guys, okay? Chicken thighs.
Why?
You can use chicken breast, but I think you've got much more chance of it being dry.
As long as I've known
curry.
you, you've always said chicken thighs are tastier.
They're much tastier. The Brits seem to be very scared of chicken thighs. Lots of other cultures, they won't even touch the chicken breast. The chicken breast is the bad bit.
Really?
Because it's dry, it's got no flavour. I'm going to just seal the chicken with a little bit of frying now. But if you're using chicken breast, just do it really quickly because you don't want to overcook it. Okay, so I've washed my hands. Now, the reason I've washed my hands
Because they're dirty.
is because if you pick that up and you've got chickeny hands
Yes.
and you leave the chicken residue on there, it's not good. About a quarter, half a teaspoon of cayenne, half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. I'm going to mix all this up in a minute. Teaspoon of ground cumin. Half a teaspoon of ground coriander, a teaspoon of salt. Hands back in.
So what was it like winning the circle now we're at the end of the week?
So now you know we didn't win the circle.
Did you fart like Gemma Collins?
Mark, stop, I don't want to talk about farting when we're cooking. Try and do that an hour before or a minimum of an hour or overnight. If you haven't got that, just however much time. You know how sometimes when you get a curry from the curry house and the sauce is all lovely but the chicken's a bit tasteless?
Yes, or korma,
That's
always. Why is
why.
korma chicken always tough?
Because it's breast, so it's totally overcooked.
Is it?
Okay, so I'm just using some light olive oil. I'm going to put my onions in,
Oh, we love a bit of onion action, don't
roughly
we?
chopped. That's how we want it.
I didn't really understand what roughly meant in the week.
rustic curry. If we're showing off, we're trying to go to
Jamie?
yeah, to Jamie. Fresh ginger,
Ooh.
really, really nice. It's what gives your curry a cut above the rest. If I had a mini, oh, I have got a mini chopper. Hang on.
Oh, there's Nadia's drawers.
One day.
Oh, she's using this.
We're going to get the onions browner than we do usually. They tend to do that more in Indian cookery. And the garlic, just a little, just roughly. Here we go again, Mark, roughly. I'm going to make a bit of a paste, so I'll start off by just...
That reminds me of
You
something.
could do it in a pestle and water too. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of water. That's actually stock I've got there, just to make a bit more of a paste.
Gigi. Gigi. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
Okay, so I'm just gonna roughly chop my tomatoes. I've been ever so rough today. Now lots of recipes when you use fresh tomatoes says, and I'm sure most Indian households will do this, remove the skin. I actually like the skin. I don't mind getting a bit of skin in with my curry, but if you want to remove the skin, just put the tomatoes
I know, in
go on,
hot
tell-
water.
in boiling water
Yeah.
for a wee bit, and then you take them out and they're really easy to peel. Like, I don't understand why people take the seeds out of tomatoes to cook. I love all that. If you don't want to use fresh tomatoes, you can just use a tin of tomatoes. See the way I'm letting it go a bit brown, where I don't
Yeah.
usually do that. But
Can I just ask, are you going to put raisins in there?
no. No, I'm not, Mark. Get in there. Just going to leave it now. Another minute and then we're ready.
You're a good mum.
Don't make me feel bad. I'm
Oh
not.
my god, I just said you're a good mum.
I know, but don't, because it makes me feel guilty. Because I immediately think about all the things, all the ways I'm not.
Yeah, but a good mum makes mistakes. A good mum learns from mistakes.
I don't know if I
A
do
good
that.
mum tries to make different mistakes. Parenting is all about mistakes.
Come on. Come on. And in our ginger paste goes. Ginger and garlic. Wow. The pungent smell of that as it hits the oil. Delicious, guys. Just going to stir until the water evaporates in the paste. Yum. Mark, how good does that smell? Tell them.
So good.
So good.
Coffee, how good does it smell? Tell us now.
Okay.
Tell us.
So now I'm going to put my chicken in. Whack the heat up until sealed. Vegetables, if you're a veggie. Tofu,
Chickpea.
pepper, chickpea would be lovely. Make it vegan, not put the cream in, or put in vegan cream. My sister Dina, who's a vegan, uses a lot of vegan cream. I think she uses the Oatly one. Half a teaspoon of cayenne. Teaspoon of turmeric. Teaspoon of coriander, ground. Another teaspoon of cumin. And a teaspoon of garam masala. And another sprinkle of salt. Oh my god, I'm going to have this for my lunch today. Wow. Wow. Smells so good. So now we're just frying the spices and the chicken until the chicken just goes white. Fresh tomatoes. Let's cook down a bit. You can mush down the tomatoes. You know, it's kind of hints of tomatoes. It's not. I mean, I could eat that, just like that. 4 tablespoons of yogurt in. Now I know this is going to have cream, but it also has yogurt.
I think yogurt and curry are two of the best
Yeah,
combinations.
because yogurt really tenderises the meat. I mean, if you want, you know when I put the spices on at the beginning, if you put a tablespoon of yogurt as well with the spices on that chicken to marinate, it really softens the chicken. So there we go, 4 tablespoons in all of yogurt. Chicken stock. Obviously, if you're using vegetables, you just use vegetables. Just bring that up to the bubble.
Smells phenomenal.
Doesn't it? Oh, look at that. Now you see all that sticky bit on the bottom has now all come off and it's just mixed it into the curry. Divine. I'm so excited about lunch. You can make a big pot of this at the weekend, you know, and just heat it up. So I'm going to put a lid on now and on a very low heat, let that bubble away for the next 20 minutes. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, yum. The whole house smells divine, does it not, Mark?
It really does.
I can't wait to eat this. So you can just stop at this point. You don't have to add cream.
Why wouldn't you?
But I'm going to.
Good. So what sort of curry is this? Is this aligned to anything you'd get from a takeaway?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Just check the salt. That's why I'm having a bit. Actually, it does need a little bit more salt.
Don't you find food always ends up getting a bit more salt? Do you ever taste it and go, no, that's enough salt?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Loads of
Oh,
time.
right.
So, just going to leave that. I've made some brown rice and quinoa.
Ooh.
Quinoa is really good, extra source of protein, really good fibre, really good for you. Papadums! Right, pretend this is coriander because I haven't got any. So I'm just using parsley, but it should be coriander. Da 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 da! Into the hot oil.
Oh,
It should take seconds.
wow, that was cool.
Cool, isn't it?
It's like something out of a horror film.
Do you want me to do another one?
Yeah, of course. That was so fast. Ooh.
See the way I'm slipping it
Oh,
into
yeah.
the oil like that, don't just drop it in.
Ooh.
Turn it over. Be careful. So much nicer than the ones you buy already puffed. Oh, we're excited. Look at that beautiful rice. This is I've never had this one before. I think this is a Tilda. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Look, every single grain is separate.
Okay.
Mark just had one of his fits because he couldn't see it properly, so we've moved everything
Defeats the
around.
purpose if you can't see it.
I know. I'm just explaining why we're suddenly in a completely different position. Oh, dripped it. It's so annoying. Bit more sauce.
It's the curry police coming.
And that's coriander. Some nigella seeds.
Oh, great.
Is that too much?
It looks like
Does that
it's-
look too
looks
weird?
Like it's got ears.
What do you think? Will that work for the gram, guys?
Really nice.
Can I? Oh, God.
Oh. Where are we going?
What can you tell them where we're going? 'Cause this is really nice.
Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like I'm a pilot and you're my co-pilot. And we're going to crash. We don't want to crash. We're going to crash. We're going to crash land in the middle of humour. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me. Hit me. Make me laugh. Make me sick. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me.
Okay. So there's this trend at the moment on TikTok.
Yeah.
Some of them are funny, some of them make me really sad. Actually, all of them make me really sad, but owners are doing this thing where they get their dog ready for a walk and then they leave
Don't take them.
them.
Oh no.
But they film the dog's reaction from inside as to what the dog does.
What would our dogs
And I'd
do?
seen loads of really sad ones, but Kiki tagged me in this really weird one today, and I just watched.
Go on a walk and pretend to forget your dog.
Is that it?
What sort of demon is this?
No.
Stop it moving.
Oh.
But he looks so confused.
It's the weirdest sound, but you can see it's racking its I thought it was a human sort of like...
No, the dog's doing it. It's
Oh
so
my
weird.
God,
This
poor
made me
thing.
laugh.
That's how I am when I don't get to go out.
Yeah, this made me laugh. Me trying not to attack my mum after she asked me a basic question about
I don't
her
know.
life.
Yeah. Hmm? I see that happen to you.
Yeah, I can't. Look, this is really funny.
That's just my baby dog. 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 That's just my baby.
It doesn't look like he's walking on the
He doesn't.
floor.
He's not walking. It's like he's just.
That's just my baby dog.
There's no weight on his legs.
That's just my baby dog. That's just my baby dog. That's just my baby dog. That's just my baby.
Oh god.
That's how I used to go clubbing.
Whenever I see my mates in lockdown.
Listen, I can cheer you two up. Would you like some cannabis?
Yes, please.
Right. Listen, I can cheer you two up. Would you like some cannabis?
Yes, please.
Right.
He's so confused. This made me laugh.
Oh.
He's waiting for us. Oh, maybe so sad.
Oh, he's just waiting.
This little fork.
Little fork. Do
Oh,
you remember
I found it
guineas?
so
What is it you
cute.
like
I
about
love-
guinea pigs?
I don't know, they're just so adorable.
Is it how
Like, look at-
inexpressive they are?
Yeah, they're just little faces, and I love how still they are and their hearts beat.
Do you know why they always run from you? Do you remember we found out? Because any shadow above them they believe is a bird coming in to eat them.
Oh.
So they go still.
They're so cute. I'm obsessed with guinea pigs. This made me laugh. Game with ferrets.
Oh my god.
I love it.
Oh my god, look, yeah. Oh.
I love ferrets.
I love animals when they're having just fun.
Yeah.
It's like otters that juggle.
Everyone's really jealous of this girl's TikTok. So she lives in Australia.
Right.
And everybody like here in the US is doing this thing where they're like, oh, film yourself now in quarantine and then finish the rest of the video in at a rave or something
Right.
when it's all over. But because this girl's in Australia, that's already happened for her. So
Film the intro alone in quarantine, then finish at a club party after COVID.
Bring the action.
When you listen to club,
Oh my god, that now.
I'm so
I sort of want to be there.
I want to be there so bad.
I just want to wave my hands in the air like I just don't care, Maddie.
Oh,
I've actually done that when it was being said at a gig and it felt original. That's how old I
You
am.
waved your,
Yeah,
oh
someone
my
said,
God, it
wave
felt
your hands in the
original.
air like you just don't care. And we all went, flip, this is new. Jesus.
That's hilarious. Kiki sent this to me the other day and she goes, This is me when I'm with Anya's cats, because we always make Kiki hold Anya's cats.
Right.
But this is what Kiki
Now
like when
look
she
at
holds. Oh, it cracked me up.
That's what Kiki used to be like with Nanny Thelma's cat. She'd sit like that.
She's scared of cats, but
And that
she
was
wants
Kiki.
one.
Yeah, the thing is, she'd have one and she'd never
knew
touch
how
it.
big moose.
Moose! I filmed a field of dead moose.
Look at this.
They're so, they're
It's around
so
like
cute.
it's like choo-choo.
Oh, they're huge.
Look, watch when he runs.
They run in straight lines. Yeah, look, see? Straight line.
But that's so big. Like that
Yeah,
looks
they're
like something
huge.
from like the prehistoric.
Yeah, they are prehistoric. I've driven down a road in Montana with a moose that ran in front of our car, and the guy who was our fixer said they run in straight lines. Whatever way they set off, they
have
won't
to-
move. So we had to sit behind
they
it for
don't
about 10
turn?
miles.
So they
No,
don't turn.
we just had to wait for it to stop and then go and eat something.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Do you know what they
though.
call more than one moose?
What?
Mice.
But it's so cute. Don't you think?
It's very cute. The size of his ears, you could put
Look,
your hand
his
in it.
eyes
I
are like
know.
Chi-Chi's.
That's the weird thing, the horns above their eyeballs.
Yeah.
Weird, aren't they? Like my eyebrows. Stop looking at me like that. He keeps looking at me.
What about my hair, bro?
What? It's not going to end well. Oh my god. Where's he going?
It's so far.
Oh my
I
god.
don't even know if he's on the board anymore. But
What about my hair, bro?
then he goes, "I'm about to bomb this Master Hill, bro."
Oh my god, that
just-
looks so fun. What's that head?
Oh yeah, this is funny.
Okay, name a movie scene that absolutely traumatized you
Invasion of the
as a
Body
kid.
Snatchers.
Oh, donkey, wake up!
Oh, that's traumatizing.
Dada.
Okay, name a movie scene that
Dada.
absolutely traumatized you as a kid.
Oh, donkey, wake up!
Shrek is so
I wanna watch the
funny.
Shrek
I love
films again.
Shrek. This cracked me up. Trying to eat fish paste.
We got extra
Ew.
sticky.
Extra sticky.
Already say on your mark, yeah.
He eats weird stuff, this guy, but
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Has he had some?
no, not yet. It's just
The
the
body
smell.
knows. The body knows.
This is so
Body
funny.
knows.
Watch.
Just do it. Just do it. I'm sorry.
Has he just been sick?
Let me spit.
Oh,
I don't know why they put whenever you.
It's so cracks me up.
oh, does he ever get it in his mouth?
I don't know, but he's just so distressed in it.
Look how red I look.
I look a bit pink too. Look, I think it's the light.
I might have to change the colour on this, guys. I'm going to change the colour now.
Her son noticing his shadow for the first time.
Oh no, he's going to
Yeah.
freak out. It's following him.
And her shadow comes. And he screams.
God, if you think about it though, it would.
Yeah, if you deep it,
If you
they're
keep
quite
deep it,
scary.
it gets really
Yeah,
scarier
yeah.
and scarier.
Look, no, it's when he does his hand that he gets scared. Watch.
Oh, scared of his own shadow.
Yeah.
That's so real.
Do you know how cats move like that?
How did that happen?
They just jump so
You could
well.
never have planned that.
No.
That's phenomenal.
Okay.
That's phenomenal. I suddenly feel a bit lightheaded, like I've been laughing too much for too long.
Stop.
No, I don't want to stop. Yeah.
Good morning.
Right.
I just wanted to say that
so cute.
Oh, flipping heck. Oh.
His little face.
Good morning.
I think I love chihuahuas now. After
I just wanted to say that.
I don't feel at all well, Maddie.
Get her dog ready for a walk and pretend like you forgot them.
They can't disbelief. Oh, don't. Oh.
He's wagging his tail
Oh.
still. It broke my heart.
Oh.
Oh, he was so excited.
He's sitting. Oh, I might do it to Toffee.
Yeah, not too though.
Nah. Toffee would just go off and eat everything in the cupboards.
It's so sweet. I found these baby goats and they're so cute.
Oh.
They're so cute.
That's really hard. Oh. Oh, that's how we should be about life. What do you call it? Is that a phrase, like if you say that's deep? Is that, how can you say that's like what we should be about life? That's like,
I don't know, goals?
it's like, I know, it's like terms.
What?
Those are the terms we should live on. It's like terms.
Right. So you've made something.
I've made something. That's like terms.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. It's a bit like the dog earlier. Oh, it realises just at the moment that it stops bouncing, there's nothing to bounce about.
Yeah, exactly. Look at this.
Show me a video of you telling me you're drunk without actually telling me you're drunk.
Oh my God.
Show me.
It's because it said, show me a video of you
Yeah,
drunk without
brings
telling
to
me
mi-
you're drunk.
Show me a video of you telling
It's
me
the way
you're
how
drunk
none of her
without
face
actually
changes
telling me you're
expression.
drunk.
It's like... Brings to mind the guy who folded a Big Mac in his
Oh,
mouth.
I know.
Don't do that at home, kids.
I found this so cute.
Now look at this.
Oh.
Look how big their eyes
Oh.
are.
Now look at
Look how
this.
tiny its face is against
I know,
its body.
I
It's like a
know.
balloon with
Yeah.
eyes.
It really is. It's so cute.
Oh, it's so cute. You know they really stink.
Do they?
Yeah,
See?
they're lovely as fish. If
They
you
stink of
smell the
fish.
the breath of a seal. I once kissed one.
It's Pippa! Oh, Pippa! Oh, Pippa!
Oh, oh,
He was trying
that's
so
not Maddie
hard.
or Pudgy.
No,
This is another
this
one.
is a new dog.
It's Pippa! Oh, Pippa! Oh, Pippa!
I think chihuahuas just really struggle with making
It's just one hand
noise.
up like
I
that.
know.
And it's like I keep saying to you, they think they're the most like wolves. So he really was
Yeah,
howling.
yeah,
In his
it's-
head, he was standing on a hillside with a full moon
Exactly.
behind him.
Yeah. he was. So funny.
Oh my God, they're so weird.
I love this dog. It's so cute. Look at its patterning.
Oh my God. It looks like a combination of 18
I
dogs.
know, but I found it so
So cute.
Like
Look-
its patterning
yeah,
is so strange.
its patterning is so strange but compelling.
I think you might like this.
I often think we overlook the little things we have been given. We somehow find a way to complain through the short time on earth we have. We get into senseless fights, bickering, not seeing that every moment is so precious and valuable. I've been thinking about this more, just how fragile my life is. It could be gone at any moment. And with this perspective, I've been wanting to pass it on to others, to help more, love more, and be there when they're down. I've learned to appreciate simple sunsets or just the simple fact that I can go on a walk somewhere. Living my life in gratitude has calmed my anxiety 1,000,000%. trying to keep in perspective, every day is a gift from my Creator. I think we often wonder why we see so many people that don't have much, so joyful. But the truth is, I think it's being thankful for the small things that keep you joyful, the things that can't be replaced. I think it's more of the little things.
I really liked it.
Beautiful. Really
It's
like that
nicely
last shot.
shot
It was
as
like
well.
moonlight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Baby,
That's quite nice. I like that.
I was just trying to peacefully eat my giant chocky buns. Oh god. But I've opened it under the sill. So now I have to eat all of them. Oh no.
I know what he means. The way you open something dictates what you're going to do for the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I open a tub of Nutella and I haven't really cracked the seal too much, I'll have just a teaspoon.
Yeah.
If I've cracked the whole thing, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
That's going to continue a sentence,
I know,
but it ended.
it's just going along with it. This made me laugh because you know how we think Toffee fits loads of balls in her mouth and tennis balls and to hold them and everything. Look at this.
Now look at this.
Oh, look at his eyes.
He's got four. And look at his profile picture.
That's almost an image of how when I am happy, that's how happy I am. Like,
Yeah.
I've got 4 balls in my mouth.
Yo, Pudge.
His hair.
I got you something. It's behind my back. Ready? I'm gonna show you on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, it's not. Yo, Pudge.
He's so weird, that dog. He's so weird. He's as weird.
Yeah.
I just got a call when I met Tiffany from some woman telling me how I should prepare my vagina for my gynecologist
Oh, I'm not
appointment
seeing this
tomorrow.
one.
She booked me a fucking gynecologist appointment.
Look, can't you book me a gynecologist appointment? I wouldn't
She's
mind.
out of her fucking mind. I don't think it's any of her business.
What? Amy, it's none of my fucking business. I don't have a gynecologist, thank God. I'll go for you. Because I feel like a cunt.
Oh my god.
How'd you sleep last night?
So weird.
So weird. He doesn't even successfully yelp at it. He falls over.
I know.
I'm sorry, that was really hard.
You fat bitch. Jokes, you're so skinny.
Jokes, you're so skinny.
Oh.
Oh, do you realise you're on telly tonight?
Oh, yes, mummy.
Do you want people to watch it?
Yes, please, mummy.
It's about Mummy with Harvey.
Oh, yeah.
Say 8 o'clock on 8:30 BBC tonight's it.
8 o'clock and 9 o'clock BBC,
No,
sorry.
8:30. You're stronger.
No,
All right, chill out.
sorry.
He's so sweet.
I love him.
I love
What
him
a
so
day.
much. What a day.
What a day.
He's so sweet.
He sums up a day. He
Yeah, he
really does,
does.
Harvey.
And I'm trying to find him. This is really cute.
My dogs fight
Mine
over the
used to
same
do this.
toy for so
Yeah, they used to just stay there.
to the point where they actually fall asleep.
Yeah. Oh, God. Look. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so just watch this. I don't know what this means, but it's so freaking cute.
Oh, it's so cute.
And then one of them, was bottom jaw, will just give.
No, what? They just...
Oh.
They're so cute. No, they're just... He's fast asleep. If one moves slightly, though, they wake up because they think it's gone. Oh, amazing. I found that so cool.
That really takes me back to when my
To your
dogs would do that.
dogs.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh my God.
Only one man can sort this out.
Oh no.
Jeremy
Oh God,
Kyle.
it's Jeremy Kyle. Oh God, look at them. That's so funny. Look at the future. The weird thing is, I've seen one in Tooting that looks just like that.
I know, yeah. Piers Morgan walking out, leaving the house.
Forgot that. That's very good.
This week's Gogglebox looks interesting.
In London, Liz and her son Charles are catching up on this week's news.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
It's absolutely typical.
Absolutely typical.
Oh my God.
Map of pubs in America.
Yeah.
Maps of pubs in Britain.
Do you think that's real? Yeah.
You can't even see.
You can't even see the top of the circle pointer.
In England, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so
It probably
funny.
is true.
It probably is
That's
true.
Scary. Yeah, listen to how freaking.
I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in the right to be allowed to have an opinion. If people want to believe Meghan Markle, that's entirely their right. I don't believe almost anything that comes out of her mouth, and I think the damage she's done to the British monarchy and to the Queen at a time when Prince Philip is lying in hospital is enormous and frankly contemptible. So if I have to fall on my sword for expressing an honestly held opinion about Meghan Markle and that diatribe of bilge that she came out with in that interview, so be it.
And it's funny that he says freedom of speech and having your own opinion, because as soon as anyone else tries to talk, he shouts
them
over
down.
them.
Yeah. He's hoisted by his own petard.
Me when the club's open because I forgot how to dance.
Hey, watch when I did that, it's best mate, chest plate, white top, when I look off that estate, I bet Seth Corn get fling, that's red tape,
He's got quite movable hips.
I open that like, where's my wax? Of course I stole it, she chat too much, but the next one, hold it, hold it.
It's so bad.
So bad. Imagine dancing with him.
And then this is the last one. Me interviewing and getting the life story of my new bestie that I met in the smoking area 5 minutes ago. It's so true.
Well, there you go. That's cheered me up, and I hope that's cheered you up too.
Yeah.
1 week nearer to lockdown being lifted, Maddie.
I know.
What's Toffee doing down there?
That's what she thinks of the news at the minute.
Which is kind of handy because we're doing the news. There's a dog. There's a news hound. Cough. Toffee.
And I'm going to be honest with you, there wasn't a lot of good news. So if you just want to spool through the news bit, just do it.
What's that?
Fast forward. That's the news.
Happy Mother's Day again. We keep saying it because this is like shot not in order.
Not in order.
Not in
but
order.
Happy Mother's Day. Look, he's gone Trey European.
Trey
Look at him.
Continental.
Trey Continental.
It's like a mini little Guinness. I did have one for coffee moaning, but you didn't see it.
It's giving me a moment of hope that we could be sat somewhere in some Spanish street somewhere just drinking
Don't get that
coffee.
excited about Spanish streets.
Okay.
We're lucky to even sit in our streets.
Greece.
Well, I mean, the big story obviously in the press today is the vigil and the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate, going, which we've talked a lot about in Coffee Moaning. All of you guys will have seen it, and we think it was a good thing.
I was just reading something in the paper actually about that, saying that the palace, the institution, would have been under no illusions that she would have been attacked possibly for this, and people would have said, oh, you're trying to do it because of the Meghan, and she would have been advised not to do it.
Probably.
So people thinking that she did this
Yeah.
as a publicity stunt, they would have known it wouldn't have been a good publicity stunt.
Exactly.
So, well, I just thought, just because it's Mother's Day, I wanted to just remind us all of a mother that I have felt very close to this story, because I just think it's the most horrific of stories. Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe, who, as you know, I've met her husband a number of times. You know, I think her daughter was maybe 3 years old when she was taken suddenly into custody in Iran. Horrible. She's been there 5 years, and today she faces the same judge on Mother's Day, the same judge. Her little girl, desperate to hear today, She faces the same judge that put her away 5 years ago for charges that she has no idea what they are. Apparently, her husband said she was in a terrible state yesterday, really bad. This week, she has she's held back on what she's gone through in prison because she basically didn't want it to get back to her daughter. But she's been terribly tortured throughout the 5 years. She could just be thrown back in jail today. And what made me so angry is that her husband said that the British embassy in Iran has declined the invitation to go with her to the court today.
It's terrible.
Horrors.
Terrible miscarriage of justice.
You know, just I thought, I know it's a bit sad for a Mother's Day, but I just, anyway.
I pulled this because it was in the Times. Report boys to the police for sexual abuse, top schools are told. Now, you know, obviously the whole Sarah Everard and the kick up that's rightly happening because of, you know, women not feeling safe, reclaiming the streets and all that sort of stuff.
Streets we never owned.
Streets that, were never owned, absolutely. There's another sort of section of troublesome behaviour that rarely gets talked about, and that is the behaviour of teenage boys who are perhaps sitting beneath the adult age of prosecution, what have you, and the low-level and high-level abuse that goes on in schools and amongst peer groups and amongst youngsters.
And in parks and commons.
In parks and commons and all that kind of stuff. But the leader of England's top public schools says she's willing to refer boys to the police after more than 3,000 allegations, ranging from sexual harassment to rape, were posted on Instagram. Eton, St Paul's, Harrowhampton and Latimer Upper are named in the anonymous accounts of sexual abuse, some from girls as young as 11, that are being posted on, get a pen, Instagram, at Everyone's Invited. So I'm assuming
What do you mean,
at Everyone's Invited is a safe place that you can go and anonymously state that you've been the victim of abuse or rape. And I think all schools should now be forced to consider every complaint of sexual harassment within their schools as a prosecutionable act, and it should be reported to the police rather than sort of being, you know, I mean, again, it's another thing that has to be dealt with, but I think, you know, it's so endemic in schools. It's so endemic in schools, and I think that's a good move. I'm going to go and check that Instagram account later.
Taylor Swift's moved into Primrose Hill. I mean, how starry can it get?
Right.
She's
Primrose
literally
Hill has always been a bit starry, though.
But Taylor Swift.
It's where the Gallagher brothers
I don't know
live,
how
isn't
you
it?
get. Well, they all live there.
Yeah.
I lived there for a while a few years ago, and my God, you can't step out without seeing. But she's got what's his name, Tom Hiddleston round the corner one way, and Harry Styles round the corner the other way.
She went out with him for a while, didn't she?
That's what I mean. And but she's moved into her new fella Joe Alwyn's £7 million mansion.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Nice if you can. Primrose Hill, I've always considered a wanker's paradise.
I've always wanted to live there.
No, I haven't. It's a wanker's paradise. And it just has one bench on a hill that everyone photographs. It's so boring. So, ITV target Victoria Derbyshire to replace Piers Morgan. Now, you've got very excited about the prospect of Judge Rinder.
Not very excited.
Well, no, you think it might be quite a good fit.
I'm interested in it because it's like, it's counterintuitive. You wouldn't think of it. So it's like, he's very smart. He's very funny.
Yeah.
And don't forget, he was a proper top judge and prosecution in some of the most terrible cases. You should hear some of the cases that he worked on. So you can imagine him being able to interview real politicians. But he is more left-leaning, so I don't think ITV will
And
want
maybe
him.
better designed for an entertainment format, because he's quite sort of, you know, like Gogglebox. He's sort of salacious, isn't he? He's sort of always suggestive.
But he wouldn't be, I suppose, if you think he spent years in the court.
Well, no, I agree, but maybe that's why he's no longer a court lawyer, but a television lawyer. I don't know. I mean, I just wonder whether... So Victoria Derbyshire, apparently a source, I love it when a telly source says, ITV producers have been looking for the right platform for Victoria for a while. They think she's a real talent. I mean, you know, speculation is rife.
I'm very, very worried, guys. Apparently, many restaurants are fully booked until the end of autumn. We didn't think of this. We didn't think we'd ring and book a restaurant before it reopened.
It's not at the top of my... I mean...
It's at the top of mine. I'm going to be booking someone for August.
But it's curious, isn't it? I mean, it feels like we've missed the boat. It's funny you should say that.
Yeah, we can't get a bloody seat in a restaurant.
Yeah,
and London will be the worst.
Well, I've got a story that relates to that, which is pay before eating when restaurants open doors. Owners are fed up with no shows by customers who make several bookings and then choose only one on the night.
That's so wrong to do that,
personally think
guys.
this is absolutely fine. If
Don't
you buy a
do
theatre
it.
ticket or a cinema ticket, you're very rarely going to just not turn up.
And you know what the other really annoying thing about this is? More and more restaurants now won't take bookings. And I hate when you can't book and they just say, "Oh, turn up on the door." Because people keep not turning up.
Yeah, so restaurants are going to ask for payment up front for meals when customers book a table to tackle the problem with no-shows. I think that's absolutely fine.
Because all you have to do is cancel.
Yeah, or
and
cancel.
You won't have to pay for it.
It's like I think they should charge for doctor's appointments that are missed. But if you phone up in time,
millions and millions are lost every year to the
Absolutely.
NHS because of people not turning up.
Absolutely.
Oh God, I've got a bit of a sad story here. I'm really sorry, but at the same time, it's a bit of a public service story. Sarah Harding from Girls Aloud is saying that she thinks that they think that she only has months to live. She won't see this Christmas. Sad. But what I wanted to say was that she was ignoring pain in her breast. She was ignoring it. And she was saying things to herself like, "Oh, that's where I have my guitar strap," or that, denial, not wanting to know it. And she left it, and then she'd be like, "Oh, it's the pandemic. Oh, I'll just leave it." And consequently, things moved on. So I just wanted to say, guys, just check your boobs. Just get anything seen to, because, caught soon enough, they can do so many amazing things now with breast cancer. So, if you're worried about anything, they are still seeing people, even though it's the pandemic. So get it checked out.
Tragically sad and really, really important.
Tragically sad.
Oh, God.
Told a lovely story about how she got sepsis. Well, it's not a lovely story. She got sepsis. She was very, very ill. She was in an induced coma. And then when she came out of her coma, she was absolutely terrified of going to sleep. And then eventually the nurses convinced her to take a sleeping pill. Listen to this. And they lay on the bed with her and slept with her. Don't you think that's just so lovely?
Yeah.
So that she wasn't frightened of sleeping.
I was drawn to this story only because wild garlic, nettles and berries, how foraging went mainstream. I don't know why. There was something about this that felt really wholesome.
Garlic so much. Yeah. If anyone wants to send me some wild garlic.
Don't need to. It's up in Crystal Palace Park. Once it was the domain of upmarket. Yes, it is. Once it was the domain of upmarket chefs. Now thousands are collecting ingredients when out for a walk. And I just think there's something really nice about this. And this, for me, is something that I want all of us to do more of, is to go slow. Do you remember there was a huge vogue, wasn't there, for go slow in the sort of early noughties? Yeah, but to truly go slow and reconsider where we get things from and where we get our food from. And I was reminded of going out and picking raspberries with blackberries with my nan when I was a boy. And that kind of thing, we don't want to lose that connection with Mother Nature.
Very hard when you live in the city. I mean, you say there's wild garlic in Crystal Palace. I'd rather like shoot myself in the head than bloody eat wild garlic.
Yeah, but it's up the top where we do that little walk around the top. It's all down there. But do you remember there used to be that wood near your sister's that we used to walk through? The smell of it would
gorgeous.
kick up.
We used to pick it and we used to make soup from it.
Obviously, be really careful that you can't eat with mushrooms and what have you. I don't know. There's just something about it that just made me feel. I just want to go out and forage.
This is my last story, and it really is just a bit of a reminder that we mustn't forget how lucky we are to have the vaccine on offer. Yeah. The one thing the government have done well is organise this, and we are really blessed, and people are picking and choosing. No, I don't want the Pfizer, I don't want the Oxford, I don't want to go, and not turning up for appointments and getting really angry about being asked to do it. This
vaccine
is a case,
privilege, I call it.
Vaccine privilege. This is a situation where if we didn't have the vaccine, God help us, we would be looking at the rest of the year as lockdown. I mean, it's hard because when you look at the rest of the world and you see people who haven't got it, it's very hard to suppress the fact that you think few, but few, few. We are in a good place at the moment.
Out of laughs, we're in the midst of a humour crisis, reports the Daily Star. It's no laughing matter. We've officially lost our sense of humour. The average person now laughs for just 1 hour and 52 minutes a year.
God, we do that per vlog.
I was going to say. I hope we generate more than that for you guys. We spend 4 times longer than that emptying our bins. As a nation, we spend 4 times longer of the year emptying our bins than laughing.
That's awful. We need to put a laughing tape together, Mark, to put on Instagram. We need to put something that will make people laugh today.
We try with the channel to give you thought-provoking and everything else. But then I want to show you this. These are not just any willies. These are M&S Willies. So these are meant to look like tulips. Someone said they look like...
God, they look like cervixes.
Well, no, they look like...
Oh, they do look like penises.
These chocolate tulips need redesigning.
Oh,
they're little knob ends.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Shocked customers got some unexpected tips for Mother's Day. Oh, God. With rude-looking pink chocolates.
It's the angle. It's quite funny.
It is funny. So there you go. Guys, we're off to...
We don't know!
So, how was lovely Lisa this week?
Oh, she's so... she really makes me laugh because she tries to be all official to them at the beginning.
I've noticed.
And then it all collapses towards the end.
Yeah, she tries not to swear and ends up swearing about not swearing.
Don't you think it's so funny towards the end when she does that? Because her sons have told her off about swearing.
She must, yeah, I mean, I don't know what she's sort of aspiring to, but you just stay you.
Just be you.
Yeah.
And I love the way, always, halfway through Lisa Loves, we just get Lisa back.
Yeah, she always returns by the end.
She goes, hello, here I am.
Yeah.
My first
fuck
Lisa
it.
Love. Hello. We're both quite pissed off. In one sense, we're happy because it's daytime, which means we can be seen. But in another sense, we are not happy because we're not half cut. And we like to be half cut.
You've got no drink.
Well, you could have a drink. I've still got filming to do. I can't drink.
Well, I'm not drinking in the afternoon. Can you imagine that?
Day drinking on a Saturday. Mind you, if you were here,
never.
If you were here and we were having lunch, we'd be drinking.
We'd be drinking, actually, to be fair. And I do drink in the day. If I had any
filming to do today, I would be pouring myself a nice big glass of rosé and lying in front of the bloody telly. I'm telling you, I'm canookered. So earlier you sent me a lovely picture of some lovely handbags, and are these to do with one of your Lisa Loves?
They're to do after this one that I'm going to do.
Oh,
I think
sorry.
it's the second or the third.
Yeah,
I know you're going into the intro, but I've got it all in line.
And
if
this
I
is
change
because
it,
show them what your notes are usually like.
My notes are usually like this, which is absolutely crazy. There's my notes for the first one. I don't know if you can see it. Talk about.
Yeah, but today.
And today, my son has gone, Mum, seriously, let me just type everything out and put it on the computer. So I was like, oh, but I know what my notes say, like a proper old fucking lady. And now he's very official. Typed it all out. Huh?
Hence, you're very official today, and you want to do it in order.
So
go on, hit us with your first one.
Right, my first one is who I absolutely love, and I've been buying off for ages. And I thought, God, why haven't I talked about these before? That's just crazy. And I'm wearing one today, Lovesick, get me boobs out, Lovesick London. Now, I absolutely love this, and I've said that twice, but anyway, moving on. So they do a fabulous tracksuit called the Headliner tracksuit. Now it's black and white. It is so vintage, retro inspired. It's got, do you remember those ransom notes that you used to get in the old days, back in the old retro days, that people used to piece together and make words? And it was like, it was that, I think they're called ransom notes. So anyway, he's made this tracksuit out called the Headliner tracksuit in a ransom note style lettering with smiley faces. Now, Lovesick London, their quality is incredible. Like this, I've had this for a while. I'm not sure if they still sell this or not. I know the Mickey Mouse is on their t-shirt. I'm not too sure about the sweatshirts, but probably is. They do mad things. So on this tracksuit, they've got little ankle zips, they've got black stripes. I'll do the little drop in. It's great. So it's £99 for the whole tracksuit, which is the zippy and the tracky bottoms. Now, if you want separate and think I wouldn't wear the whole lot, it's too much, You can get the bottoms $44.99 and the jacket for $64.99. It's like the Adidas zip up kind of jacket, that kind of style, retro. And yeah, so it's just brilliant. And they do t-shirts at $24.99, sweatshirts, parkas. Talking of parkas, here's one I had earlier. Now, I don't know if you can see this. Now, they don't do this one anymore.
Oh, I love it.
And it's got lovesick down the arms. And I've got a lovely picture of me and Keith Lemon in this. We both have one. I introduced Keith Lemon to the client list. And
I love that.
It's just such good quality. They do beanies. He's building up a client list. So Keith Lemon absolutely loves their stuff. It's right up his street. They've got another DJ on their books called 220 Kid. You can tell I'm old. So he's a DJ producer. It's number 2 in the chart. So he's got word of their stuff, and he absolutely loves it. Now they do bum bags, vests, little hats, just everything. A water bottle. The next thing, which is brilliant, is the next thing on Lovesick London, see, it's all going tits up already, is the underground reversible bomber jacket. Now this jacket is insane. On the inside is the tube map of London, because obviously it's Lovesick London. So it's got a tube map, and at the top it's got the crown. Now this is like the Sex Pistols inspired. Now you know how mad I am on the Sex Pistols. Absolutely love it. So what he's done is the traditional God Save the Queen Pistols head of the Queen, and instead of God Save the Queen like the Sex Pistols, he's put Lovesick London on it. It's just brilliant. And you can reverse that jacket. So that can be like, it's like a burgundy colour on the outside with God Save the Queen, or you can turn it around the next day and have this little cool London map graffiti. It's just brilliant, and that comes in at $79.99.
That comes in at $79.99.
$79.99. I tell you who would love Lovesick London, Mark. And I don't know why I haven't told Mark about Lovesick. Or they do like Chucky t-shirts and all the
I'll treat him to something
retro stuff.
Mark, really, when you're editing this, do not go and look at it, because I'm going to treat you to something.
Do not look, Mark.
Do not look
at Lovesick London.
Okay, brilliant.
Amazing. So the next one, which you know about, is Mabel Shepherd. Now, she does these amazing, cool leather retro gloves. And I think I saw on your story that you had a pair of gorgeous gloves. And I was like,
yeah, they're gorgeous.
Oh my God, where did she get those from? Because we're always forever looking for gloves, and we're always losing gloves, aren't we?
God, I didn't know that. I would have bought you gloves. I didn't know you like gloves. I've never seen you with gloves.
No, but the gloves are really hard for me, because this is the only littlest thing on my whole body is my hands. Yeah. So I hate gloves that are like really too big, or ones that just fall off. I'm really quite particular about gloves. But what I love about these gloves is some of them have got elasticated wrists.
Yeah.
So you pull them on and they're in, you know,
they're lovely leather, lovely colours.
They've got fleece on the inside, and they've got Ziggy, lightning bolts, love hearts. They're just gorgeous. And lots of
What's
different
your favourite
colours.
one?
The favourite one is the lightning bolt one.
You love a bolt.
I love a bolt, don't I? Just crazy. They also do leather bags. Now, those gloves come in at £49, by the way. So leather bag. She does this gorgeous bag that says Bowie on it. So we all love David Bowie, don't we? Yeah. So it's got a zip top, and it comes in a gorgeous comes in a gorgeous dust bag. And when you open the bag from the zip, at the top, you open it and it's got a silver coin pulley. They're called coin pulleys that you put your little credit cards in, and it's just over at the side. It's just gorgeous, and that's £65. But also what you can add to it is a Ziggy key chain, like a little key charm, a little leatherette Ziggy lightning bolt charm that you can add to that. That's £19. And the good thing about it is that it's free shipping. Now, also, you know, because you don't want to spend a lot of money and then you work out that you've got to spend £8 on shipping. That really pisses me off. So Mabel is amazing.
Well done, Mabel.
Mabel. And my third one is coquettish. Now, on this words, I spoke to her this morning, and it's called Coquettish Clutch CCC. And I said to her,
that could go so wrong.
She said, actually, I have heard it's called coquettish, which absolutely made me laugh out loud.
You were going to say, piss myself laughing, and you stopped yourself. I know you too well.
And I thought, geez, I've already said cock, so I might as well say piss, mightn't I? I'm trying to curb my language.
Do not curb yourself.
Okay, all right, I won't.
Because anyone that doesn't like it won't watch you. They'll just fast forward through it. We love it.
It's not coquettish, it's coquettish.
And she didn't piss herself. She almost pissed herself.
And I pissed myself laughing. Anyway, so the company is Designer Bag Inspired. So at the moment, the most perfect thing is that you need to know now, today, because it's going out tomorrow, which is Mother's Day. Woo, woo, woo. So on Mother's Day, right up until 12 o'clock, you've got 20% sale. And the code is Mother's Day. So one word, you get 20% off all these bags. Now, the best thing I like
up
about
until what
this,
time?
Up until 12 o'clock Mother's Day evening.
Oh, midnight then.
Yeah,
okay.
Midnight. 12. Yeah, not lunchtime. 12 midnight. One word, Mother's Day. And if you sign up to a newsletter, you get lots of discount and promotions. Anyway, back to the bags. You should ask these brands when you're working on them to give us a percentage for our family guests. Yeah, I will. The best thing about this is that they do a messenger bag. Now, a little messenger bag, you know, sometimes you don't want to go out with a massive bag, and you want to be safe as well, so you just want it crisscross over. Now, the coolest thing about this is that she does little messenger bags in all different colors, but you can mix and match the straps to whatever color you're wearing.
Oh, clever.
So it's called a mix and match strap bag.
That's clever.
So you take it off so you can get camo, leopard skin. She does
do you get the different straps included, or do you have to buy them?
No. So the different straps are £12 each. Right. You get a strap included on the messenger bag, just a normal strap that goes with the bag, which is equally cool if you just want to buy a bag. Now, the messenger bags range from £12 upwards. So they're all different. There was no point in naming each price. Yeah. Forever. So £12. How can you get a bag for £12? That's crazy. So they do backpacks, bucket bags, bum bags, travel wallets. They do. Their range is so vast. Scarves.
I'll definitely have a look.
Love stuff like this. The thing that I love about Coquettish is they're not mad prices. Now, at the moment, people are skint, but also people want to spend just something once a month to treat themselves, to make them feel better. And I think with small companies, if you keep the prices down to a minimum, then you get more customers. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you can treat
build up that customer base. And they don't have the same overhead, so they can do it. No, not paying. If you're online and you're not paying big rents and rates and all of that. That's why we like to buy from small companies on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. My little bargain Because
Oh,
I'm
they're
sort
all
of like,
great as usual. They're fantastic. What's your bargain?
well, they are. You say they are fantastic, but I find myself looking around thinking, God, I haven't found a bargain, and it's just getting smaller and smaller. But I do love, and they still keep selling, something that you got me.
What? Oh, but what I would advise you is they do come broken.
No, I got it replaced. Nads goes, I've got you a present, and then I opened it, and there's no head, no legs, nothing. It was a big mess. But anyway,
it's because we were on a shoot, and Lisa absolutely loved it. So I asked them where they got it from, and it was that place I've never heard of.
I know, but they sell.
What's that place called?
Dunelm.
And they're only about £6, but they're so lovely.
£6 in Dunelm. So I took your broken one back and got another one. Now, the reason being, my mum loved frogs. And when we were on this shoot, I saw this. What did I do? Lisa usually, you know, the usual thing Lisa does, just bursts into tears. And you're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, there's frogs there. My mum loves frogs. And they're kissing. And anyway, so £6 Dunelm. Now, I know we've talked, my next one, which is my last one, I know we've talked about Marcy's designs of the upcycler before, but I'm going to mention this because she's broken her bloody ankle. And it's a business that you need your limbs to be able to do this business. Anyway, so before she broke her ankle, she bought out this amazing print, and it's gorgeous. And I ordered one. It comes in 3 sizes. Now, to support somebody that has not only broken their ankle and her husband's lost a job, this would be a really, really kind thing to do. And it's £7. Just £7. Just don't have 2 coffees, you know, that week from Costa, whatever. But look at this. How beautiful is that?
I must remember to buy one. I saw your post and then I didn't buy one. I'm going to buy one, because she really is in dire straits, this artist. She's broken her ankle in 3 places. Husband's lost her job, runs a business from Instagram. So if you like it and you've got £7, buy it, because then you're helping somebody out.
And if you've got £7, then buy this and put it in a frame. And the colours are just beautiful.
Very joyful.
And it's really joyful and it's lovely. And
even if it's frame would that look good in, Lisa? What colour?
Oh, it look like a real vintage one. You can really big it up and it can look really like really expensive. Or, you know, even if you don't like it and it's not your personal taste, there'll be somebody out there that likes this, that you know, that you could just give it as a gift to make them smile, you know. Plus you're supporting somebody who's in dire straits.
Pandemic hell.
Yeah, absolute hell. So that's my Lisa Loves this week. Did you like it?
We love Lisa, and we love Lisa Loves. We love Lisa. We love Lisa Loves.
Like little munchkins.
Thank you, my darling. I can't imagine the No Name Sunday show without you.
Love you.
Soon.
Bye.
Pudding time.
Oh my God, right, okay. So this cake is a bit odd.
Tell me about it.
I missed out 100 grams of sugar because I thought there was too much sugar. But when Mark ate it, he thinks I needed to put the sugar back.
Yeah.
If you want to try the recipe, because I think it's a bit confusing the way we filmed it, just go to Olive Magazine.
Right.
But what I would say is, put half your cake batter in, then put your cheesecake stuff, and then put the rest of your batter in.
A producer once told me years ago, you can't put a piece of text on the screen apologising for everything you're showing.
But what's so wonderful is this isn't telly and we can do whatever the fuck we like.
Okay, so we're apologising for the next dish.
No, I'm not apologising.
You are.
I'm just saying things that I have learned about this cake since making it and eating it.
So you've said the news was going to be shit, and you've pretty much said that this cake's going to be shit.
Do you know what? Make a nice lemon drizzle or a coffee.
Oh my God, you can't say that.
time.
Hello, do you like my sweatshirt, everybody? Right, it's pudding time. I'm going to make something a bit different today because it's Mother's Day. When you'll be watching this, it'll be Mother's Day. And I wanted to do a cake I've never done before. So I'm now questioning that because what if it doesn't turn out okay? But I wanted to do something a bit different. And I know you'll forgive me if it all goes tits up. Chocolate after 8 bundt cake with a kind of cheesecake filling.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Are these the after eights I got the other day?
Huh? These are the after eights you got. I'm praying you haven't eaten them.
I haven't eaten them, but I don't know if the girls have. They might be in the freezer.
They're in the freezer, that's fine.
Right.
So, 2 egg yolks are going into 250 grams of cream cheese, full fat cream cheese, not low fat, and 50 grams of icing sugar. The recipe actually said caster sugar, but right, so you just got to mix that in. Now, interestingly, it said there will be a few lumps, but don't whisk them out too much or beat them out too much because it might make the cheesecake too runny. Okay, so that's our cheesecake filling. The other thing about this recipe, it said make your cake mixture, put it into your tin and then make your cheesecake filling. That's not good because once you've activated your baking powder and your bicarb and all of that, you really should get it in the oven. So I've just turned it around the other way. I've got 250 grams of plain flour. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of baking powder in, 2 teaspoons of bicarb, a good pinch of salt, and 75 grams of cocoa powder. Isn't it funny, Mark, how I worry about my memory and yet I can remember all those amounts? You know me, I hardly ever sieve. Oh, there we go. But when you're wanting cocoa and baking powder and bicarb, you need to sieve really so that it's all mixed in properly. Now the recipe said 300 grams of soft light brown sugar. I think that's an enormous amount. So I'm actually going to put 200 grams because I think, look at that, that's more than enough, sure. Just give that a bit of a stir. I'm going to make a well in the middle because that's when our wet ingredients will go into the middle. 150 mils of cooled dark chocolate, coffee. 200 grams of sour cream, 2 eggs. Isn't it an unusual recipe?
I understand what the plot's going on. It's like we're just putting random ingredients in together.
We've made our cheesecake filling, we've put together our dry ingredients and we're adding our wet ingredients to make our cake. And whisk and draw it in as we go. And now we've got 175 grams of melted butter. Rich tasting, and I was right. That is enough sugar. So 200 grams sugar is enough. I'm a bit worried my tin's a bit small.
It's like a giant polo.
It's a bit small. We might have more cake mixture than we need, but that's fine. I'll do some buns with it or something. Now, I can't remember whether I said 175 grams of butter or 125, but it's 125. Now what we do, this is what's odd, and this is what appealed to me about making it, is the cheesecake bit. Okay? Right, I need to add 2 tablespoons of corn flour to our cheesecake mix.
Make it jelly up.
Ooh. Now I'm going to add some peppermint.
With a pipette.
With a pipette.
A peppermint pipette. Try saying that.
A peppermint pipette. It's about 1.5 teaspoons. half and half, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to put all the cake mixture in, and then I'm going to put the cheesecake stuff on top. This is the stickiest, weirdest cake mixture ever.
Is there any flour in it?
Yeah, we did the flour. You're missing it all, babe. Don't worry about me licking my fingers. We're all family here. We don't care.
God, don't start.
I know
that.
some people get. Somebody got really annoyed, didn't they? We got a
no
bit
one,
trolled.
No one in the family guest area does.
No, we got trolled on the main channel because I did something when I'd done something else. Right, bear with me on this. This is what you do next. Isn't it bizarre to think that's going to work?
I literally don't know what you're doing. Nothing I've seen makes any sense.
I'm going to take the cheesecake mixture away a bit from the edge. I think it will work better that way.
It's very specific.
Well, so we want it to sink into the middle. Into the oven for 45 minutes. I might be having to whisk up a quick Victoria sponge.
I was going to say, what the hell's going to happen in there? It could go either way. It could explode.
I just don't understand what's going to happen. It says it's going to sink, the cheesecake is going to sink into the chocolate cake, but...
That doesn't sound attractive.
We'll put lots of nice chocolate sauce and after it's over the top, it'll look fine.
How's it done? Do we know?
I think it might be done, yeah. Oh. Where's the... We'll have to use a towel.
A towel?
I don't know where the bloody thing is. Oh my god!
Oh, shit.
Oh my god!
Hang on. What's happened?
Everything! I thought it was a weird recipe.
You follow it correctly.
See, why? Two
God.
teaspoons of bicarb. Because bicarb makes stuff go like this. Baking powder makes stuff go like this. So it's gone up and out.
But this is the Mother's Day special episode.
Oh, shit.
You're going to have to do a Victoria sponge. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's a disaster.
Well, at least I'm not the only one who's had a complete fail in the kitchen this week.
That's quite nice.
It's like a scene from Pompeii, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Okay, so we're back from the members live.
It's quite interesting because I've eaten all the bits from around the edge.
That doesn't look
Which
good.
means it's actually nice. Right. So, obviously, I'm going to have a problem now getting it out of the tin.
So is it okay?
I did wonder with how much
You thought it was a bit much, didn't you?
bicarb, because bicarb makes it expand. And it did say 2 teaspoons.
Oh. I love the way toffees always get all hanging. Look, just waiting for something to land.
Because she always thinks everything's about her.
Ooh. Oh. It's not such a disaster.
No, it's going to be really nice. Drizzle the chocolate on after 8, so it's got nice crumb, it's moist. And when you cut through, you get a bit of cheesecake at the bottom, peppermint cheesecake.
So when are you going to do that?
Has to cool before we can put the top on.
Yeah, so nice. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Well, come on. Right. Okay, so we have our cake, our very strange cake. I think
Well, it really looks like a polo in that.
I think 1 egg yolk was too much, and that's what made the cheesecake bit too runny. Now, I realised that was quite a complicated recipe, so it was from Olive Magazine. If you want to know how to make it the way they did it, Olive Magazine. We're going to make the chocolate ganache now. So 225 mils of cream, and you're just going to bring that to a simmer. 200 grams, which seems an awful lot, of dark chocolate. Being in the kitchen and my mum letting me do this with the chocolate. But in those days, it was always, my mum used to use cooking chocolate or Bourneville. I'd love to just walk in the wild wind today. Okay, tablespoon of golden syrup. cream is just simmering there. You don't want it boiling. Pour it over your chocolate.
I've never seen that little notice on the lid of a packet of After Eight.
What? Little envelope of wonderful minty chocolate things. Ganache on.
Such a great word, ganache.
Ganache, ganache, ganache.
It's like a GNU. I've always found those words
ganache.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Don't you?
This is, you know, I don't think you're supposed to cover the whole cake. I think you just let it sort of
Trickle
ooze down. Oh, I think it looks really nice and shiny and yummy. What do you think? I'm very pleased with that. It's a big risk to do a totally different cake.
Well, given that it actually
when you want a great one for Mother's Day and it exploded. Now I'm trying to decide whether I stick them like that, whether I cut them in half and do them like that.
Cut them in half.
You think?
For sure. No doubt.
What do you reckon, Subs? Are you screaming yes too? Oh, wow. This is fabulous. I love this. It's a fun cake to make. Right, now I thought about breaking up some of these gold balls so you can see them. Let me drop one.
No, absolutely
not.
Look, they're the
so you can make it
thing
out.
For teeth. No, that's ridiculous.
No, but just so you can see it, because otherwise it'd be too
ruined it.
dark.
No, you should have put something else there, not hard balls that break people's fillings.
Well, hang on, these don't break your fillings.
They do.
They're soft.
Horrible.
No, they're empty in the middle.
To eat. It's like polystyrene's fallen on it.
I needed some gold leaf. That would have looked nice. Or gold glitter.
It's vaguely Aztec. It's like the Aztecs.
Right, we could be about to ruin it because we're putting icing sugar on.
Very slight amount. That's what
When you go really, really high with icing sugar, if you're not sure how you want it, so you can just get a very light dusting. What do you think? Is it working?
Yeah. Oh, there's a snowfall over here. Boom.
What do you think? A bit more sugar?
No,
it's nice from the top. Look at it down the middle, Mark. Shall I put some in the middle?
Hey?
There we go.
Book.
And now it's off to the book. Not to be touched till tomorrow, Mother's Day. That includes
which is
you.
Today, now you're watching it. Hi guys, book of the week, and this week it's a book called Fake Accounts by Lauren Wheeler. I went for this because I read a couple of good reviews of it, and it's a book, Fake Accounts, that clearly pivots around social media. So I thought it'd be interesting for you guys too. It's about a young woman, a sort of, is she a millennial? I don't know. She's a young sort of 20-something, maybe early 30-something sort of woman, American, lives in America. She has a boyfriend, and she discovers quite early on in the book that her boyfriend is actually, leads a sort of alternative and second life, as a social media influencing conspiracy theorist. Really exciting, yeah, sounds interesting. And she discovers this while she's on the loo. And he presents himself as very normal. His name's Felix. She met him in Berlin when she was just visiting, and he was one of the guides, and she was sort of wooed by him and what have you. You're starting the book thinking, "Way, brilliant! We're setting off on a book that's going to sort of meditate all on the ideas of what's authentic, what's not authentic, what's inauthentic in terms of social media, the visions of ourselves that we present to the world." And you definitely get that with this book. It's a book that I think for any young adult, or anyone really like us, sort of, very much plugged into the social media age, it's a book of constantly whip-smart, cracking, snappy, fizzy observations about the potentialities of social media, the limits of social media, and essentially the fraud that's at the sort of heart of it, this idea that we present an image of ourselves. And there's a great sequence in the middle of this, because I'm going to do a spoiler now. She gets a phone call while she's on an anti-Trump rally with her gay friend. She gets a phone call to tell her that her boyfriend, who she's considering leaving because he's, he leads this double life, though she was going to leave him anyway, has died. So again, you've got this intriguing sort of prospect set up. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's died, but has he died? Or is it just an elaborate way of getting out of the relationship? I'll leave all of that for you to find out under your own steam. And then this is about her sort of re-entering her normal life in the aftermath of her conspiracy theorist boyfriend no longer being alive anymore. So she goes back to Berlin in a sort of mission to kind of, find herself, re-find herself, almost a sort of purging of the way in which she originally met her boyfriend who's now died. And in this process, she kind of goes back into the dating field. She's a writer. She's got aspirations to be a writer. They play with sort of her writing a book in this book. And it becomes a really interesting riff on concepts around dating. There's a really great middle sequence where she goes on dates in Berlin and she sort of tries to upload her profile on Tinder and on other dating apps and things like that. And when you get to that point where you're sort of considering what is it that we present of ourselves on a dating app, and what is it we present of ourselves when we're trying to woo the opposite sex, the fraud, the fakery, the inability to kind of be authentic, all of that comes right to the fore, and all of that's really interesting. But really, I have to confess, it's not really, this book never really amounts to the sum of its parts. It's very witty, it's very clever, it's very smart, but I feel the writer really knows she's very smart. And in many ways, although she's trying to set up the brevity and briefness of things like Twitter and, the limitations that one has with social media, this book in itself is almost limited by the fact that it's at its smartest when it's saying stuff within a limited number of characters. And so the very thing it's trying to lampoon, the very thing it's trying to meditate on, riff about, be insightful about, it falls foul of becoming the very thing it's trying to send up. So I would say that Fake Accounts could have been a really interesting book about how all of our accounts are fake, in a way. I think that's a really interesting debate. But it gets bogged down, in many ways, by the fakery and fraudulence, I think, of the author, who lacks authenticity. So it becomes too clever, too self-conscious, too achingly hip, in a sense. So mildly diverting. If you like smart, sassy, young female voices that are kind of cracking along and with clever observations about the whole dating thing and all that kind of stuff, it's great. But at times it labours the point, and it doesn't really develop much into a story beyond just these observations. And let me leave you with this final thought. One of its best, most incisive, most sort of revealing observations is that when all's said and done, when you find all these new versions of Tinder and all these apps that are looking for sort of, inclusive and politically correct and less judgmental ways of finding your ideal partner, for example, at the end of the day, as the writer says, it's only those who look hot and are hot that really get choices. Teddy Talks.
Oh my God.
Teddy Talks.
Teddy Talks today is fabulous.
It's a corker.
It's a corker, and Betty's there, which is so lovely on Mother's Day. Betty and Teddy delight.
It's an absolute corker. I'm sorry they're so low in the shot.
We can't really work out why.
No, I think they're getting shorter.
They've shrunk.
Yeah, they are definitely getting shorter.
They need to get out more. Oh God, it's pandemic. it's Mother's Day, we have a double winner. We've got Betty and Teddy. Yay!
Happy Mother's Day, Betty.
Happy Mother's Day, Betty.
You and you.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Oh, yeah, it's really weird when you say Happy Mother's Day to your mother, and then they say Happy Mother's Day to you. It's too weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, I just got one from Laura.
Oh, did you?
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
She considers herself the daughter.
Well, she's our niece, actually.
As if we haven't got enough daughters.
Yeah. You got more than you need. What's that line you love so much, Mark?
War was easier than daughters.
War was easier than daughters.
Yeah, much easier. Yeah. This is what we're going to talk about today. We're still with the cartwheel.
Right.
And Betty and myself, we were doing very well, you know, very, very successful. When suddenly there was the June War in the Middle East.
Oh.
You see?
Yeah.
And our business was shut down. So Betty and the girls managed to get a flight out of Amman to London.
How old were we?
Bobby, how old?
Well, it was 1967.
So I was 3.
Yeah.
So Dina was 5.
Yeah. And I was left in Amman. And one night in the cartwheel, I said, you know, I'd like to go and see my wife and my children in Epsom. How do I get to Epsom? And a voice from the back said, it's through Damascus.
It's through Damascus.
So I said, and then what happens after Damascus? He said, straight to Turkey.
straight.
In Turkey, you pick the E5, straight to Epsom.
God, he makes it sound like going to Croydon.
Drive straight to Damascus.
Yeah, and we did.
Really?
Yeah, I had a car, and I said, who would like to come? And a friend of mine,
whose wife was also in near Epsom.
Yeah, Abdulaziz said, yes, I'll come. And then my mother, at the age of 70, she said, I'd like to come, dear.
No.
Yeah. Who else? And a young lady who was involved in a romantic entanglement with Jordan said, I'd like to come too, please. So there were me, my mother at the age of 70, Abdulaziz, my friend in the back, and his sister, the romantic figure.
Who was driving?
I was.
Oh, God. You're joking.
Yeah, we shared. I was driving 3 hours, and Abdulaziz was driving another.
What car was it? What kind of car?
It was we used to call it in those days a shooting brake. It was a Cortina estate.
Yeah.
We should recreate this journey. We should do a movie and recreate.
Well, hang on. This is like Little Miss
journey.
Sunshine. It's like Little Miss Sunshine.
What happened in the car? What was it like?
Well, what the beautiful thing about it, I discovered Abdulaziz had a very nice voice.
Oh.
And he started singing round about, you know, when we passed through Damascus, he started singing. So we thought, this is going to be nice. This is going to be fun. Anyway, we kept followed got on E5 through Turkey, and we never booked any hotel or anything. We would arrive at the end of the drive, at the end of the day, and ask any passerby, is there a hotel here? In Bulgaria, one man said, yeah.
Bulgaria.
In a village in Bulgaria, he said, follow me. We followed him, you know, and we got to a place. It was a bit of a square and a house at the end of it. He said, that's your hotel. Okay, we checked in, had dinner, went to sleep. Early in the morning, about 4 or 5 o'clock, there was an almighty crash of plates, screams. The whole thing sounded like war. We've just left war, and we found war in this Bulgarian village. And it subsided. At breakfast, I said to the waiter, hey, last night, big kerfuffle. She said, yeah. I said, what happened? He said, Elsie stabbed a man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He said, yeah, I said, why? He said, you don't know? I said, no, don't. He said, this is a brothel.
No.
It's a brothel.
He said, me, my mother, my friend, we spend the night in a brothel. He said, yeah, well-known brothel this. You don't know? I said, no, I arrived in the dark and I'm going to leave in the dark.
Did you ever tell your mother that she'd stayed in a brothel?
Yeah, well, she was very excited. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Yeah, your my dad's mum wasn't your typical Arabic mum, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I think she could see herself running that place.
Oh, dear.
Controversial.
Putting it right. Anyway, we drove on. It took us about 10, 12 days. You know, about
Wow.
300 miles an hour.
No,
Oh.
a day.
300 miles a day.
God, that was fast. Fast for a Ford Cortina.
With 4 people in it, and his mum wasn't a slim woman.
Eventually, we got to London around about lunchtime.
Around about lunchtime.
So we said, where's the way to Epsom? They said, you know, again, almost E5. So it was 12 o'clock when we headed for Epsom to find Betty and the children, Nadia and Dina. What time did we find them? All the way, 10,000 miles, 3,000 miles, all the way, driving for 10 days, straight line. Heading to Epsom. Could we find Epsom? We started looking for Epsom at 12 o'clock.
Oh.
We got there at 4:30.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Everywhere. And eventually we found Betty and the 2 girls. And that's the end of the story.
The rest was history.
Oh. And Betty, were you aware of this epic journey going on?
I think you must have run me at 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of course there's no mobile phone.
Or GPS or sat-nav.
You're in a country at war. You can't get a plane out, so you get in a Ford Cortina with your mum and a couple of mates and just head off.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that in this world now?
Yeah, absolutely, exactly as it happened. And I could tell you. One day I'll tell you more events.
Yeah, we'd love to hear.
Yeah.
But,
What state were they in when they got there, Mum? Do you remember?
Tired.
Yeah. But we had
Slightly valiant.
yeah, but we had good fun. We did it at the right age, you know.
Yeah.
In our 30s, we ate well. Abdulaziz sang all the way.
All the way.
And we had his 10-year-old cousin with us.
Yeah, Malik.
Malik, yeah, who was a source of stories. He was a narrator of the first 10 years old.
No. So there was 5 of you in the Ford Cortina.
Was he in the boot?
The 3 of them were in the back. My mother by my side. Yeah, that's how.
This has to be turned into one of those movies,
This
you know?
is a
Has to be turned into a
movie.
sort of indie movie.
Yeah.
Totally. It's a great story, Dad.
Well, it happened. Absolutely, it was. The mixture was unbelievable. 10-year-old who was bursting with life.
Great
and
cast.
Then the 20-year-old who was running away from a romance, a heavy romance.
Oh. Was she pregnant?
No, just heavy romance.
I need to know this backstory of that.
And then Abdulaziz singing his heart out.
Oh.
Egyptian songs, any song you want. Even Harry Belafonte used to sing songs of Harry Belafonte. You know?
Oh my God.
And were you the voice of reason throughout?
Me.
Yeah.
The voice of reason?
Yeah.
hunched over the steering wheel.
Oh my God.
That's such a wonderful image.
I love it.
I
We've
love it.
got to
We've
make
got-
the
right, we've got to
movie
make the
of
movie.
this story, and I'm
Yeah.
not kidding.
Yeah, it'd be
Can you
great.
remember what colour the car was? Tell me it was yellow. Somehow I want it to be
Very
yellow.
strange green and cream.
Oh, great. No, that sounds good. Green.
Green.
Did you break down at all?
It was this colour.
I bought it from a gentleman in the British Embassy who told me to treat it very gently. He said,
Oh, why was he? Were you going to bring it back?
I know, well, I ran it into a wall.
Told me to treat it
Treat it
very
very
gently.
gently.
So I hopped in it with 4 of my mates and drove to Epsom.
Do you know what? I think we had the first Arab number plate in London.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, and,
Wow.
a Jewish gentleman stuck a potato in my exhaust.
What?
I parked in Covent Garden. I think a couple of
Behind Mamma Mia.
Londoners thought Jordanian number. Let's stick a potato up his exhaust.
As you do.
Teddy, that has to be the end of the film. Doesn't it?
The end of the
The end
film,
of the film,
this
that's-
movie that we are going to make,
Yeah.
we'll put a potato
And that's
up
the comment on the Arab-Israel issues.
Potato up his
What's name? Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
God.
We need to hear more of that story next
Yeah,
week.
that's such good fun.
That was brilliant. Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Lovely to see you.
Bye.
I am already writing the script.
Yeah.
That story has
Has
to be made.
It's like Little Miss Sunshine.
First Anglo-Jordanian co-production has to be made. Your dad is the
Mark's already
creates the
started
story,
writing
and we cast it, and it's Arabic humour,
Any
British humour.
producers that want to
Come on,
finance
guys.
it,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
gonna be a
absolute
corker. Little Miss Sunshine. What would it be called? Little Mr. Potato. What was no
I think you've got to include Damascus in the title.
Yes.
It's so evocative.
Yes.
The race to Damascus.
The Road to Damascus. That's
The
already
Road
been
to
done, I think,
Damascus.
isn't it? The Road to Damascus.
Road
Yeah,
past
yeah.
Damascus.
Past
Road to
Damascus.
Sidcup.
Yeah.
Epsom, isn't it?